Hey everybody, this is Shelly and Carol and Molly here, and we are celebrating our Fall Challenge Achievers here for our Pampered Chef team. And it's January 12th, Saturday morning, so thank you guys for joining in. And I see Kate's just popping in. Hi there, Kate. Yeah?
Hi, I just got up.
Good for you. Kate just had surgery this week, so recovering. You look terrific, honey. Thanks for joining in. I wanted to give you guys a major shout out. I know Molly was brand new when we got started with this challenge. Like, wait a minute, what's going on? I've achieved that. And we did our second round of challenge and a fall challenge. Can you guys hear me okay?
You keep popping.
Okay, I'm hearing that too. I'll make sure my volume down a little bit more and see if that helps. Any better? Okay. Carol, holler at me if it's wonky, okay?
That sounds a little better because there was like feedback before.
The speaker is sitting here real close by. Let me move it to the side. All right. Technology is brilliant, isn't it? So
When it works.
each of you gals achieved over 3,000 points on our fall challenge, and we just want to kind of dive in and congratulate you and find out what you did and how this tracking it, having the challenge, and having the competition amongst our team motivated you and look forward towards this next year and what you want to accomplish and what you can pull out of that experience and implement and share with each other so that we give each other a hand in getting the most that you possibly can achieve for this year in your business. So given that, and I'm going to kind of share the results with you here in a second, but I'm not sure if everybody's met each other. So I want to just find out, because even the folks who are recording this for, actually, I want to say there were how many achievers out of our entire team? Well, looks like 18 members of our team earned this recognition and stepped up to over the last 3 months of the year. So we'll make this recording available to everybody and kind of use the opportunity to quiz everybody. We're from all over the country, and we do our businesses different in a lot of cases, some virtual, some in person, all of the above. So this is a great chance to kind of learn from each other. So tell us, kind of introduce yourself and let us know where you're calling from, where you're joining us from, what state or city. And then I want to know for the last 3 months, what you really did specifically to step out of your comfort zone and get the result you did for the last part of the year. So be thinking about that and share with us. Carol, why don't you go first?
I'm Carol Keene. I'm a director. I'm here in Concord with Shelly. And I don't know that necessarily in the last 3 months I did something to step out of my comfort zone, but I'd say in all of 2018, I definitely stepped out of my comfort zone and invited more people to join my team, and that worked out really well.
So it was a good choice. Kind of took a leap of faith, didn't you?
Yep.
Awesome. Thank you. And Carol had amazing results for your how many years in business?
About 3.
Fantastic. And how about you, Miss Molly?
I am in Dublin, California, and have known Shelly for, 10, 12 years, maybe 10 years, since my daughter's about that old. And just joined Pampered Chef in August, launched in August. I primarily do virtual parties because I have another job on the other side, plus I'm on my 2 kids. And I think the only thing that I can say to achieve is just keep working at it each day. Days can't go by with this business and you not do anything toward it. So that's my biggest goal, is just to do something each day, whether it's to talk to someone, post, whatever that is.
what you'd say you've done over this last 3 months. I know you had there were a couple times where I would check in with you and you'd say, I am frantically busy right now. I can't give myself any more stress.
Yeah, it's been an interesting, and it still is, just how does this fit into my life? I want it, I love it, but it's putting a lot of puzzle pieces together. So I have to be very intentional with when I do my parties, how long I work on the business each day, that kind of thing. So yeah, I think stepping out of my comfort zone is definitely doing the in-person parties. It's very different from virtual. And I did do a couple of those, and they're fun. It's just a very different dynamic when you're used to virtual.
It is. And switching the other way, which is what I've done, is move from mostly in person to mostly virtual over this last 6 months.
Yeah.
Two surgeries. So it was completely opposite, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good point. Very good point. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations. And Kate, how are you doing? Where are you joining us from? Phyllis and Lil.
I'm in South Jordan, Utah, and I miss Concord, except in the wintertime, because I like snow.
You like the snow. Usually you hear it the other way around.
Yeah, well, I'm born and raised in Pennsylvania, so I was used to having 4 seasons instead of just 2. So, but it's been a real challenge to get parties and to meet people, because I'm one of those, I don't know what they call them, an extrovert, introvert combination kind of thing. I do what I have to, but I'd rather not kind of thing. But I got real involved in my church, so I met a lot of people that way. They make the advance. I'm fine. And they've kept me going in a lot of things just by, I do a lot of personal, like a bulk shipping kind of thing. Do you need something? Do you need something? I really need to work on getting more parties. I've been doing more virtual parties, and that's what actually got me through the fall. I haven't done any live parties in a very long time. But I want to do live. I like live better. They're more fun. And I do enjoy meeting people for those 2 hours. I could do some of it. So that's fun. And I'm looking forward to, I've done a couple of things to take care of issues with my health, and looking forward to being able to stand in front of a group of people for a couple hours. So I want to get more live parties on my calendar. I did send out a lot of private messages, and I got locked out of Facebook because I sent so many at one time.
Oh,
and
wow.
so I just went ahead and then turned the rest of them into emails that I had on my list. So, but that's what's on the agenda for this afternoon, the rest of the day, is to get more of those messages out there and keep looking for some more parties to book. I do have one, and maybe a bridal shower. I have one party booked for February 8th. I think it's the 8th. I'll have to double check. And somebody on our local community page put out there they were looking for a Pampered Chef consultant. I was not the first one to be recommended, but I did respond, and I sent the individual a private message. Just waiting to hear back. I check in there from time to time, and she apparently hasn't contacted anybody yet from what I'm seeing in the messages, but that would be great. That would be fun. So we'll see how it turns out, but as far as stepping out of my comfort zone, I am so far out of my comfort zone that you would not believe. I could only go farther if I actually picked up the phone itself and talked to people like that. That would be, as Shelley knows, that's not what I do.
How long have you done Pampered Chef, Kate?
13, 5.5 years, right?
Give it up. Excellent.
Oh, yeah. And to say, you know me now as a director in the making. I am a director in the making.
Director in the making?
Yes, that's going to be my title until.
Act as if. Who told us that just the other day? I think we were on a call with Stacy Itzel. Do you guys know the name Stacy Itzel? Yeah. And she said something that reminded me kind of one of my secrets for helping move myself along from past years. It's act as if you already are in the position that you want to be in, whether it's the title or the earnings or whatever it is that you set that you want to achieve. behave as if. So director in the making. There's an actual term. It's director in qualification. It's you're really, really close, and you just need to get to that last level, or get to the date that qualifies you as director, as a full director, Kate. So you're right on track with that. So director is one of your goals for this year. Is that what I'm hearing you say?
Yep. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to talk about this, but I did my plan for Disney, and I have to do consistent over $2,000 a month. And when you posted about how Eve reached 15 grand and Darcy was at 12, I think, I went back and checked mine. And if I do one good month like that, then I'm at my 15 grand.
You're at 15. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that's huge. That's monumental, and it's a very important milestone. Molly, are you aware what happens Pampered Chef wise when you hit 15,000 career sales?
I get a raise.
Move up to 25% in commission, or 20?
You move up, so you get a 2% increase in your commission level.
Yeah.
So from a range of 20 to 25, it goes 22 to 27.
27. Okay.
And do the math on that. That's like getting 10% more paycheck. It's a nice cut.
Cool.
Jump in your pay. Yeah, exactly. So that's a great thing. And on fundraisers too, which normally 15 up to 17. And you don't want to miss it if you've achieved that 1,000. Very good. Carol hit a milestone this year while she was pushing herself to do more this year. Hi, Dash. Kate, can you see him? Yeah. Carol hit 50,000 in career sales.
Mm.
So we passed that 15. So congratulations. And at home office, when you hit those levels from 50,000 and up, there's a room right in the front foyer that is where they put up the career sales, and your name is on the wall at home office in Addison, Illinois. So Carol, when you visit national conference, you need to have your picture taken with your name at that 50,000 this year, because that's a new thing. Congratulations, my dear.
Thank you.
Wonderful. So I'm going to share my screen with you just for a second and show you what I kind of have on my kind of to-do list with us today. Is I've got a couple different methods that folks use to visualize and do their visions for their vision board or their tracking, but it all kind of depends on your own personality and what drives you. And you should, you probably know instinctively at this point whether you're a numbers person or whether you're a visuals and images kind of person, or a combination. And so kind of get a chance to dive into that with you and find out what goals you've set for yourself for the year, and what best ways to kind of keep it really in front of you so that you keep your focus. Because what happens is if you're, you've got a destination in mind. I don't know if you're aware of how GPS works. When you plug in GPS on your phone and you're heading to somewhere, it doesn't start where you are. It goes where you want to go and works its way backwards. And so you need to know where you're going. And if you don't really grab that and have a very clear picture of what it is that you're after, what it is you want, you're definitely not going to make it there. But let me show you, kind of share my screen for just a second. And can you guys see this on the screen? The tracking chart that we had for our fall challenge that we did, and it was October, November, and December. And I have Miss Kate right here squeaked over that minimum 3,000 points right at the tail end, and it was 2 points for every $1 in sales and 500 points for every party you submitted. You got 100 points for every training activity you did, and if you did an opportunity interview and chatted with somebody, you got 250 points, and recruiting was 500 points recruited. So this was a challenge that we set up, but go figure, it really did kind of position us, the folks, look at the sheer number of people who participated in our challenge from our collective teams. And it was, for my purposes, it was super fun to cheer for everybody as you know, as those numbers kind of accumulated. But Pampered Chef has found that that same model works really, whether you're working for Disney or for Excellence in Pampered Chef, and they set up these annual or sometimes shorter term goals for us and help us track our progress. And that's one of the keys to getting where you want to go, is if you track it, like Molly's saying, if you write it down, if you track it, if you make accountability partners with somebody else, you're more likely to get to your goal. So I want to cheer for Kate, who made her 3,000 points by the end of November. You were halfway. So you made some big progress in December, didn't you? Yeah. And for everybody else who's watching on our team, those numbers just grew and grew and grew. And we get up here to number 3 with almost 13,000 points, our brand new Molly, who was like, I don't want to pressure myself. I don't want to be overwhelmed with Pampered Chef. And you were steady Eddie, my dear. You just kept on cranking. I think the last party you turned in was over $800, wasn't it?
Wow.
Yeah.
So give yourselves an absolutely huge applause. I am very, very proud of you. Great, great job. We had the top 2 in our challenge earn extra special perks. We had a little pampering gift card for the top 2 point earners. And when Kim and Darcy are watching, Kim had 15,000 points over that 3 months. And Darcy with almost 21,000 points. So this is December over here. You have 2 points for every dollar sold. Darcy had over $1,200 sold in December, and over 2,000 in November. So it was just consistently, and she's virtual. Was that pretty right, Carol? She's 100% virtual on her business?
Darcy?
Yeah.
Oh, no, she does both.
Okay, combination.
She does everything. She does quarter auctions. She does fundraisers. She does virtual. She does live parties.
Marvelous. And she attended national conference.
Yes, she did.
As well as Kate, and that was definitely a predictor of great success, is attending conference and seeing your business just kind of goes like this, and you go to conference and then it goes like this. So it's a smart step along the way. So very good job, guys. And we don't necessarily have the challenge set up for the next 3 months. That's one of the questions. Maybe we take a little break and do it again for the spring. It's up to you. I'm happy to track it, but if you're tracking your progress towards the goals that you're setting, then you can kind of implement this for yourself as well. So tell me kind of what, Kate mentioned that directorship is on her goal for this year. What other goals have you guys set for yourself? What's your vision for, come December 31st of 2019? You look back, what is going to make you feel completely satisfied? Like, wow, I did it. Where are you headed? What do you got? What's that, Kate?
Disney.
Wow.
And I need to make the second level to be able to take the whole family.
Okay, so you kind of looked at that, the 3 different levels of Disney, and what's in the second level that lets you take the rest of the family?
Well, the airfare's included. I still would have to pay for one, but the airfare's included. And from here to Florida, it's a little pricey.
Yeah. Okay, and so you've got that mapped out. And what? Who are you taking?
I'm taking. I live with my son and his wife and 2 little ones. They're 6 and 4. And when I mentioned it at the dinner table the other night, I thought the 2 little ones were just going to fall off their chairs.
Oh my gosh. Have they been to Disney World before?
No.
So you're going to want to partner with Ellen, because that was her situation too. The grandkids, right? That was the grandkids taking them along to Disney. And they helped. They partnered with her. You know, Charlie was out telling folks to cook with my grandma because she's earning a trip for us to Disney.
Oh, yeah, I'll have to tell Henry to do that. He's not shy. He'll walk up to a stranger and tell him that. So, yeah.
Love it, love it. So I hear you say Disney and directorship, so I'm making myself a note on my keys. How about you, Miss Molly? What's your goal for this year? What are you looking at?
Disney as well. Yeah, and taking my family.
For the family, marvelous. Have you gotten as far as looking at the different levels? Have you targeted?
The top level will be amazing, but the second one will be definitely the same because of the airfare. Yeah, I don't want us to pay a lot out of pocket.
Got it. Okay. And how about good for you, good for you. And how about for you, Carol? Have you set goals for yourself for this year?
Yeah, sure. Disney would be great, but my bigger goal for this year is I want to promote a director out on my team.
Good for you.
Promoted director. Marvelous. And that will give you a promotion in level as well, from director to advanced director. And
if I can get sales up there.
If you can get the sales up there, exactly. So, and those tend to work hand in hand when you're targeting one of the trip incentives. It tends to partner with your promotion level, or if you're targeting a promotion level, it tends to pull along the the trip, one or the other. So I'm going to put up on the screen what the requirements are. So in just a second, but you can kind of go one or both or a couple different ways as you keep that fixed in front of you. Have you guys, what do you think kind of works best for you personally? Is it putting Disney pictures all over the house and the visuals, or is it more around the tracking and the keeping track of your numbers and assessing your statistics wise, or is it a combination of both? What works well for you? I pulled out my Disney cups this year, and I've got a couple of them. I've got Disney Christmas ornaments on the tree from previous years and things like that. But how about for you guys? What speaks to you most?
I have.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry, Molly. I have things posted all over. I have the Magic in the Making flyer, and I have it highlighted which level I want and the points I need. And then I have this one that you just gave us this week with all the cards on it. I printed them out. I saved them individually too, so I can share like you want us to do once for each month. But I put them on the whole thing like this, so I can stick it right up here and look at it all the time. And of course, I have pictures of Mickey. So.
Okay, great. And you said you have the tracking chart?
Yes.
Okay. And so if that's posted up in somewhere that's real visual, have you gotten the kids to look at that and see what Grandma, what progress Grandma needs?
I haven't yet. I haven't done that yet, but it is definitely on my list. I mean, I've got my visuals up. I need the visual for that. So,
yeah. Well, how about for you, Miss Molly? So is it the vision board where you put all your pictures? Or
I think predominantly a vision board. When I track, I get really stressed.
So the tracking kind of
I have to, but it just, I want to know where I'm at, but then when I see where I'm at, I get really nervous and stressed. So then I have to go back to the vision board and just keep doing those small tasks to get there.
And how about your kids? This is a trip for 4 people. Let me show this one more time and show you guys.
Yeah, I want to put it on the refrigerator so they can.
It is. Okay, here's the chart. You guys see this? So if you have so what's your point total? And one thing I will tell you is you start to look at this. Have you heard the analogy of the bullseye when you're goal setting?
Mm-mm.
You know how that works? It's so imagine, and you can even, if you guys write this down, you write a great big circle is your bullseye chart, right? And then an inner circle, and then a bullseye in the middle. And so whenever you're goal setting or setting a target for yourself, the ultimate, the one that is like the biggest possible outcome is the bullseye in the middle. And I heard Molly say, you know, ideally I'd like the to elite is what you said, right? The one right here with the 150,000 points, because it's an extra night, an extra day of park hopper passes. I mean, yeah, right? That's the ultimate. So that goes boom in your bullseye right in the middle. Okay, but what's the next bigger ring? And then on the full outside, what is the least you will accept? Like at the very least. So it's like you shoot for the moon, but if you by chance don't quite reach it, at least you land amongst the stars, right? So what is that for you guys? What is the ultimate, and then what's the least you'll accept?
Least would obviously be level 1.
Very least.
Yeah, the very least.
Going to Disney.
I don't know that I would feel like I succeeded unless I got level 2, because that's my goal.
Okay.
That's just how I think.
Well, and you might want to, set that bigger one as your target, and that way you hit the solid. And even doing your math. How about for you, Kate? What's your ultimate goal, and then the least you'll accept?
Well, the ultimate would be level 2. I don't know if we all could deal with the kids at 4 days at Disney.
Okay. So reaching the elite level probably isn't really what you're after. I don't know about that many days in Disney World.
Right. Actually, I don't think my son can handle it 4 days either. He likes to be kind of a loner. He doesn't like crowds and stuff. But yeah, so if I missed level 2, then I've got level 1. And in the meantime, working towards that, as long as I'm saving my commission, and just in case I need to pay all the airfare, then that would be there. I mean, it's like when I started looking at my plan, I'm going, oh wow, if I do all that, I can become a director. So I'm looking at it for the Disney, and anything else is going to be gravy.
Right. And even on this level 2, the senior consultant team leader points are 85,000. But if you promoted to director before the end of the year, this is your point requirement.
Right.
Okay. So if you're going for level 2 and wanting to set level 1 is kind of like at the bare minimum, I really going to recommend that you use the higher point level to work out your result.
That's the one I've got highlighted.
Perfect. And same goes for you, Molly, because this is the level I'm working for too. And it's a stretch. You want to set your goals kind of as a attainable, but a little out of your comfort zone. If you've set a goal and it's not making you uncomfortable, you haven't set it high enough. Okay, you want to make yourself stretch a little bit, because it's in those moments where you're feeling uncomfortable. That's where you really rise, and you do some personal growing. And this was a real challenge early in my career. I started Pampered Chef in 2000, and the first full, solid year that I was working my business. And I say we because it was Ellen and I, and we were kind of partnering a little bit. Well, they announced that there was an Alaskan cruise was the top trip for 2002. And oh my gosh, we were just, oh my goodness, wow, that would be the ultimate. And the previous year we earned the smaller trip, which was remarkable. It was terrific. It was a trip to it was Florida, near the Everglades, so not Orlando, but I don't know the name of the city. But and we went on that trip. That was our first trip we ever went on. It was terrific. But goodness, when they said the Alaskan cruise, and we were like, that is such a stretch, and we partnered. And this is something that I really want to encourage you to do, is find somebody who has a similar goal that you can partner with. And we set Monday evenings at 9 o'clock, we would check in with each other. You know what that's called? Accountability buddies, right? And sometimes we didn't want to do it, but we knew the other person was waiting for us to give them to touch base on the phone. And, what did you do this week? How much in sales did you submit? How many calls did you make? How many new bookings? And that's powerful, huh? Somebody is going to hold you accountable. And it really helped us go. And I was falling behind by October of that year, September, October, I was really falling behind, and Ellen was close to earning that Alaskan cruise. Mm. And it was just like, oh my gosh. And I kept on. So, but I was really far away. And at the time they used to do things like, they would announce something like an incentive like they do for us, like, submit so much in sales and get blah, 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 blah. Well, October 1st of that year, they announced double points. Ooh. Double points. And I think I had 9 parties on the schedule for October because I hadn't given up. It was going to be a heck of a shot. But we were growing, and I did it. But you should have seen, Ellen will tell you to this day, she gets me on the phone and said, did you see the news, double points? I'm like, we're going on an Alaskan cruise. Oh my gosh. And it was just one of those amazing. I think I sold something like $9,500 that month, which was over 8,000 points. And the next month tied it up. And guess what also happened? We both promoted to director.
Wow, that's cool.
So it's just one of these things that will, you really kind of implement all the different things that that will work for you, but also kind of step out of your comfort zone a little. So think about an accountability buddy and a regular accounting time where you report to each other, and making it really visual for yourselves. Like Molly, at the visual level, if that the visualization really works. I mean, tell me, have your kids been to Disney World before?
No, and they're dying just to go to Disneyland. So, I mean, this would be like incredible.
Can you see it? I mean, how old will they be when you go? Do you know when the trip?
10 and 7. So pretty epic.
Yeah, pretty epic. Won't it be? Yeah, 10 and 7. And what's their? Do they have favorite characters?
My little guy, he's kind of a Star Wars guy, and of course, my daughter's more of like the princess girl. So we could do it all, I think, in 3 nights and 4 days.
So for your daughter, I mean, is she? Can you actually, like, how would she react if she was standing there in front of the castle, meeting, say, who's her favorite princess? Is it Cinderella? Is it Belle?
She kind of fluctuates. She's kind of all over. But I mean, I think it would be pretty incredible. And even since I told them about this trip, they are like, can I be in your videos? Can I help you sell? So it's been enough fun. I definitely look at it as doing it together and not on my own, which is pretty special. So I think once I get that reward to be there together, I can definitely high five them as much as myself for doing it as a family to get there, which is really cool.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah.
And take yourself, along that route and imagine them there and the looks on their faces. And
yeah,
I went into my pictures. Pampered Chef has done Disney trips 2005, 2010.
Mm.
My personal pictures right here. 2010, 2015 was Disneyland, but this is 2010 Disney World. And I mean, just look at the picture, the look on these kids' faces.
Aww.
That was
so cool.
Yeah, and they closed down one of the major parks. It was MGM Grand.
Oh, wow.
Closed it for Pampered Chef's big party, a big evening. And they laid down, like, it was like 6 o'clock. The party was going to go from 6 p.m. to midnight or 1 in the morning or some such thing. And we were all they cleared out the park. They everybody
Mm.
leave. And
Hmm.
set up a red carpet
Oh, wow.
and cords to kind of make a pathway along the red carpet for the pampered chefs and their families
Wow.
into their event. And they had crowds lined up yelling for the kids. And the kids had, this is mine, but this is Sid's name badge that she was wearing throughout the park.
Aw.
And so they were yelling, Sydney, can I get your autograph? And they had autograph books. Those,
Cute.
you should have seen the look on their faces. They were,
Mm.
Sid was like, who are they? How do they know my name? Mom, and she had a picture of her giving somebody an autograph because it's like,
Cute.
oh my gosh, wow, you made it. You're the achiever. Wow, you earned it. Congratulations, the Pampered Chef families are here, and they cheered for them. Those children have not been the same since that night.
Hmm.
Just go-getters, absolute
Fun.
go-getters. Yeah.
Fun.
So
Cool.
do get your kids involved in that. There is a tracking chart, so you don't even have to make it. It has 150 right up here on the top, and this can be
That's cool.
a goal-setting experience for you and your kids, where they they will help you accountable. And Mom, are we on track? In fact, I think at some point we'll put something out that says if you're going for level 1 or level 2, here's how many points you need to have each month.
Yeah.
And that way you can track it. You can keep see and adjust on a monthly or even weekly basis. Am I on track? And when you go to national conference, which is halfway through the year, the end of July, they invite people who've already earned the trip. And they go across the stage. They give them Mickey Mouse ears and wands and fun, and the music and everything's going crazy. And the line goes on forever. The people who've already achieved a trip halfway through the year.
Yeah.
So 12 months is, everybody starts at exactly the same spot on January 1st. Every person in the company. And every person in the company's got the same possibility of earning these trips. So if the pictures, or your kids have pictures. I know Sid had a little autograph book.
Yeah.
That she kind of played with throughout the year before the trip, and she was prepared and ready to get autographs from Disney, from Mickey, from Pluto, and the princesses. And so they participated. They had a big part in getting us there.
Fun.
All those times. Any questions about all that? Is that helpful?
Yeah.
Great. So there's some other things that you can do, Carol. Any particular techniques that have worked for you, or that you're gonna implement for your goals? And whether your goal is Disney, or whether your goal is promoting a director, to director, or some of the gals in the chat were commenting about taking the gift card, taking the cash for this trip because Disney's just not their thing, and applying it to something else. So any other ways that you're using to hold yourself accountable and help you make progress towards your goal this year?
I say with any goal, the best thing to do is to break it down. So, because otherwise the big number is, it'll get away from you, and a month will pass and you won't have really made any concrete progress. So if 150,000 points is what your goal is, you got to break that down, I say, to as little as possible, to no more than a week at a time, as far as how many points you have to earn. And if you don't get them in that week, then you got to tack them on to the next week, so that you don't still lose sight of the end goal.
Right. Absolutely. You break it down. We did with Sherry Carr. We were on the phone with Sherry on Tuesday, Carol, did you get a chance to listen to the recording of that?
She wasn't able to post it.
Oh, crud. Okay, so I'll go over that with you. But what I recommend that each of you do is get with your director. For those of you who are listening to this call, get with your director and do kind of a visioneering one-on-one, as it takes and looks at what you've done over the last 3 months, 6 months, year, and does an analysis of how many shows you submitted, what your per person average is, amount that people are running each party, catalog shows versus live shows, the whole thing, and it's super eye-opening. It will really identify where, if you made a little tiny change in one area or another, it will make a big impact. So, and for each of you, those numbers are all available and very easy for us to just pull up on the screen and look at it. One of the examples is how many bookings do you get for every party that you do? Does anybody know what's your average bookings for when you do a party?
Isn't it you get 2 bookings per party?
The goal. That's major. The goal is to get 2 bookings per party. Do you know how many that you get for every party? You looked at your numbers?
I average about 1.
Average about 1. And do you know, Kate?
Oh, I don't do some parties often enough to really give an average even.
Looking at mine right here, and it was open because I average 1.5 bookings for every party. My in-person parties is 1.8, but my catalog is 2.7. So you look and you say, okay, so if you're getting less than 2 bookings per party, if you were to do, say, for this month, 4 parties, and you're getting always 1 booking per party. So now you have 4 going forward, and we know that some cancel, they don't all hold, right? Maybe next month you're on 2 instead of 4, and you get 1 per party. So the next month you have 2 scheduled, but 1 cancels because normal cancellations happen. By the 3rd month, you don't have any parties. You're out of booking. But if you do 2 and you do the exact same math, you have 4 parties this month, but you get 2 bookings from everyone. Next month, you have 8, right? Oh my gosh, I have 8. Don't panic. Some of them cancel. So maybe you do 6, but you have 2 parties from every one of those 6. So the next month now you have 12. I mean, it's a huge difference. It's your business going like this versus going like this. So if you struggle with getting parties, that one spot, that one focus in your business can make an astronomical huge difference. It's making a focus to make sure you don't ever close a party without having 2 new bookings. So then what do? Well, you talk to your host and you explain, our goal is to have 2 bookings. We help you to partner with your host. You do extra things during your party to highlight the benefits of booking. Maybe incentive if you need, or highlight what the host rewards are more than you are. So you really self-evaluate. How am I doing? What can I do more? Just in that one little area of getting bookings, and it'll like flipping a switch on your business. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay, we talk with new folks particularly about that. 2 bookings per party, otherwise when you get started, boom, figure out of it. If you've been around a while, you can see how that could work, because that happens with a lot of folks. They don't focus on getting those additional parties. And once you have 12, 24, 36 bookings getting in a single month, what does that look like? Could you do 36 parties a month, Polly?
36 parties a month? No.
If you were getting 2 bookings per party and it was escalating the way I just described, you have 4 parties this month to take them this month to 16 the next month. What two bookings a month would look like?
Be insane.
It
Yeah.
would be insane. So what would you do?
Uh,
What would you do?
I would double up on my parties virtually.
Okay,
I don't know.
but everybody's got 30 days a month, 4 hours a day. I mean, if you kept going and kept getting two bookings per party, you just didn't have like 100 a month, right? Okay, what do you do? How do you handle that? Do you turn people down? Say, no, I won't do a party for you? Kate, how do you handle that?
You go to some of your hosts and guests and you say, I am swamped. I need help. And you recruit from them.
Recruit and you give them those bookings. That's how that works. A focus on moving your bookings to 2 per party will result in you recruiting.
Okay.
Both will take the parties that are booked from her party. She knows her friends, right?
Yeah.
She knows them. They'd be thrilled to have her be their consultant. They don't to start with, right? So then you end up with a consultant and you teach them the exact same thing. 2 bookings from every party before you know they have a consultant. And then they have a consultant. And guess what? Before you know it, you're a director. You're at a lower point requirement than you started out the year at. And you're getting how many points for every person you recruit when they qualify?
3,000.
1,000. Okay, how many was 3,000 going to make? What kind of a dent in this number or this number? It's going to be remarkable. You stretch that out over the course of the year. Personally, I strive to set a goal of 2 new recruits every month. Well, what if I didn't hit 2 over the 2 a month over the course of the year? That's 24 for the whole year. It's a lot, right? But let's be super conservative. Let's say that you only end up with 1 instead of 2. Still 12 in the course of the year. Okay, number 1, you're a director because you only need 5 as a director. 12 times 3,000 points. That's what, 36,000 points.
Well, and if you make director, don't you get extra points for that too?
Promoting a director gets you extra points. Does earning directorship earn you points, Carol?
Earning directorship, no, but what it does is reduce the number of points you need to earn the directorship.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Right. So from 56,000 here to 52,000.
Got it.
If you promote a director under you, you get 6,000 points.
Yeah.
It's big bump, right? And there's another source of points, and that's what Kate was mentioning. A goal of at least $2,000 a month in sales earns you each quarter an extra 1,000 points. So sit down with your director to go over. If you haven't already, Kate, sounds like you haven't. I'd like to see what it looks like. So if you need help kind of mapping that out, taking that goal that Carolyn was talking about as this great big huge annual goal, breaking it down monthly, breaking it down weekly. So has this been a help get you going?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, marvelous. So there's steps that you want to implement, like accountability. How can you do that? What kind of accountability would help? Is it with your director, with a partner? We had that accountability and tracking, the challenges helped us do the tracking this last 3 months. Carol, we've been kind of talking about programs, new director bound program, 6 weeks to success program. What do you think would be the most helpful for you guys as you go forward?
I think for me, since I've done the 6 weeks to success several times, I think that I would need more of an accountability approach.
That regular schedules, accountability, sit down coaching with your director.
You.
With me, that works with us, right?
Yeah.
Yep. How about for you, Carol? What works well for you for helping you either stay accountable, tracking? What have you going to put in place to help you get to your goal?
Did you ask me or Molly? I'm sorry.
I asked you, Carol.
I'm probably not a good example because I hold myself pretty accountable.
I would agree. You do. You hold yourself very accountable, very independent. What do you do? Do you track it? How do you do that? How do you hold yourself accountable?
And I just hold it mentally in front of me as to what I'm going for, and then I check in on the numbers periodically to see how I'm doing to get there, and where I've fallen behind and what I have to do to make it up to get there.
Good. And that takes a lot of self-discipline, and that's obvious from what you've accomplished in your business. What's your day job, Carol? Does everybody know what Carol's day job is?
I'm a CPA.
Oh, wow.
And do you just dabble in being a CPA? Is it full-time?
Yes, it's full-time. I have my own CPA firm with staff.
Wow.
Staffing up for that. So if you want a model of discipline and holding yourself accountable, partner with Carol and learn from her. She does a tremendous job. I've learned a ton. I'm not nearly as disciplined as she is. So if you don't personally have that, if you know that's not your strength, pull out what are your strengths and lean on those. Is it partnering with somebody else to help you, or is it pulling your kids in and having them help you keep it as your laser beam focus? So how about you?
I kind of relate to Carol in that I always have been a goal setter, and I'm very much disciplined to get there. But I definitely, I related to Carol where she said that sometimes I just need a check-in, like to see where I can hone in and do better in the skills of what I'm already doing or lacking. So I don't know if it's daily or weekly, but maybe twice a month, just a check-in to say, this is where I'm at and this is what's working or not working. But yeah, I tend to be able to see the larger picture and break down the goals of what needs to happen on a weekly, if not monthly basis. Yeah.
And I see that in what you've accomplished too, because you've just been steady and steadily growing since you started in August.
Yeah.
And we do that. We'll just touch base and hit whatever obstacle is in front of you at that moment, and then boom, you're off and running, and so very independent like that. So for everybody else who's listening in, kind of think about what is your style and what is going to best help you, and reach out to your director and tell them. Reach out to your director. Okay? The responsibility for earning your triple license, we're here to help you. But you can tell us what you need. I want to get connected with another group who's doing a 6 weeks to success or director down program, so that March doesn't come and you're still thinking about it. Act now, be proactive. So I hope this is helpful for you guys. We've covered a couple, bunch of different ideas and tips. The one thing that I have that I'm sending along to you that will arrive in just the next couple of days, my little secret trick and technique that I use to help keep myself accountable is this. It's very simple, super little bitty notebook, kind of little spiral bound with little pages in there, and you pop it open and write today's month. The month is January 2019, and 1 page for recruits, 1 page for bookings for this month. And whenever I keep myself, my goal is to fill the page, fill it up. And on the recruiting page, it's I know that it's 3,000 points per recruit. So I know that for me personally, in order to achieve the level that I want, I need to be asking people on a regular basis, taking the action and tracking the action. So I write down whenever I ask somebody, hey, have you ever thought about doing Pampered Chef? Whether I ask them or not, I'm sorry, whether they say yes or not, I ask them. And I put their name on the list, number one, and I put their name. And the next person I ask, I mean, it may lead to a conversation and an interview and them doing Pampered Chef or not. If they do Pampered Chef, if they sign up, I circle their name. And so those are circles. And the month I go and that particular month I had set 2 pages. Here was the next month I didn't ask as many people and I didn't recruit anybody. It's not necessarily learning. Yes, you need to learn the skills on how to do it, but by tracking it, it makes a huge difference. Because you're like, oh, I just need to fill up the page with people I asked. Coming towards the end of the month, the page is half empty. I need to start asking more people. And it develops a habit. And you can page through here and see, since I've been doing this since 2013. And I've got several of these little books. But you can do the same for one page for people you ask about doing Pampered Chef and another page for asking about doing a party, being a host. And your job is to just each month make sure these pages are full. Ask enough people. And when they say yes, circle it. Got any recruits. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's good.
The simplest little thing. So I have little booklets for you guys, and they have Disney images on there. And mine lives just right here, right in front of me, so I see it all the time. I'm always adding to it. And flip open to January. I asked Trisha about doing Pampered Chef, and she's thinking about it. But the rest of my book is pretty empty, isn't it? Okay. So there you go. So I have little booklets of watch your mailboxes. I will send those to you, and that's just a little treat for me to use.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. So any questions about what we covered? Because I'm going to wrap this up.
Kelly, can you get back to me on fundraising? Can we talk about that this week?
Definitely.
Okay.
Send you a message right now. We can schedule that.
Okay.
Definitely. And fundraisers can do huge things for your business. Very, very
Okay.
good. So we covered a lot, and I would love to get some feedback. And for those of you who watch the recording, I want you to do this along with us. What was your, oh my gosh, best piece of info our time here together? You invested time. We invested this time. What is the one thing you're going to act on first that made the biggest, is going to be the biggest impact? Who wants to share? Something you learned, or we
I think knowing more of the goals of what's in front of us, of just looking at the whole picture and what we have to do to get there. And I like the chart that you presented with the stars, whatever that is. The goal setting chart. That's helpful. That's a good visual for the refrigerator.
That's right from consultants. Go to the incentives tab and click on the incentive for the Disney trip, and this is in there.
Okay.
Print one out for your bathroom mirror, for your refrigerator. Put it down low where the kids, with some crayons.
Yeah.
And they can decorate it. Give one to each of the kids. Let them decorate it.
Okay.
You can cut out a whole bunch of them and put them in places where you'll see it on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, so making that visual and keeping the big picture in front of you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you. And how about for you, Kate? What did you hear that was the biggest impact for you today that you're going to take action on first?
Well, you and I have gone over this so many times that I'm a little hard pressed to say what really was an aha moment. But there are a couple things that I'm going, I'll focus on those. And like, I need to update my vision board, definitely, and get some more Disney pictures on it and have stuff where my grandsons can cover and color and be part of it. And one thing that I don't know what my average show is. So I don't pay much attention because I don't have that many shows, and I figure, oh, what the heck? But without knowing what my average is, how do I know what I'm going to shoot for? So yeah, I got to get that pulled up.
how about if when we talk this week, we pull it up on the screen with us and I'll walk you through analyzing it. Because that's me. I'm a numbers girl. So
Yeah.
it is eye-opening. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
over the course year.
I do a lot of, like Carol does, keep it mentally, but even though I have it in the back of my mind that, oh, I do this amount, I need to add the visual part of it to make it work better for me.
One thing that I wanted to throw out there, and I'll post the link to the training on it on our pages. There's one of the top performers in the company, the training in November or December for the leaders. And she has a video where she goes up there and shows you how to set a goal of 25 contacts a week and tracking it and the impact that it has on you. And so you're talking about taking the great big goal of, say, 85,000 points and breaking it down. When you get to the smallest level, it's really contacts, leads to shows, leads to your sales, leads to bookings. So it all boils down, no matter what goal you set, it's contacts. And this particular training is setting a goal and how to track it for doing 25 and it's really eye-opening. Because you guys know?
I didn't hear your question.
You know how many contacts that you do make a week for your business? How many contacts do you make in a week? You know?
Yeah, normally I don't make any.
Different flavors.
Well, we'll have you on the training for it. Watch it and get back to me and let me know what you think about it, okay? All right. And then for sharing, we'll talk this week and look at do an analysis of your numbers. How about for you, Carol? Did you catch anything in this time that we spent together that was particularly helpful that you're going to take action on right away?
I just say my thing that I wanted to take action on is working with my team members to help them reach their goals.
Fantastic. Very good. And please, all of you, let me know how I can best help you, what you need from me to help you reach that. Because to your own director, those folks who are listening, Shaughnessy and Brenda, as your director team, we all help each other, and I love that. So I want to congratulate you guys so much for being achievers in 2018, and you did amazing things. You set incredible amounts of momentum, and looking forward to just taking that and growing from it, and seeing you do even more of this year to benefit you and your families. I'm really excited to be Pampered Chef and to lead this. Thank you for spending your time.
Thank you, Shelley.
Thanks, Shelley.
The rest of your weekend, everybody, and looking forward to talking with you more.
Ditto.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.